There's the governor coming up there.
There's the governor way up in the top.
Philip, it's the second. That's the governor waving, Art. Wave again, follow me, please. Go ahead.
You're sharing.
Hi, Governor. We're going into a pool. We'll get all over the one. Get the picture. Helen? There they go.
Plane for San Francisco. First of all, we do have a duty and obligation to the papers of Ohio. We made a statement, and we said this in essence, that we would give serious consideration for the delegates to discuss and deliberate Monday morning, July 13th at 8 a.m. in the Drake Hotel concerning their voting for their choice on the first ballot.
But you must have some idea.
I have no idea.
Governor Rhodes, that is being interpreted, Rhodes is being interpreted in some quarters that this is aimed to keep the favorite sons at least to the first ballot. Would you regard this as being a great step forward for Goldwater?
Our problem in Ohio, because of state statute, is much different than other states. And I came into the picture as a favored son of the Republican Organization of Ohio. And you must sign a declaration of candidacy before you can run for president of Ohio. And we did. And this morning, when I made the announcement that we would discuss Monday morning the possibility of the delegates voting for their choice on the first ballot come Wednesday or Thursday, whenever the convention starts voting on the candidates.
Governor, you have not released your delegates.
Well, there's not been what you say released. We had the first caucus of the High Delegation on June the 22nd in the Fort Hays Hotel in Columbus, Ohio. At that time, we elected a national committeeman. And all we did was proceed with organization and project ourselves out here to San Francisco. And on Monday morning, the deliberation will be brought about what we should do on the first ballot.
Governor Rhodes, if you do release your delegates, if you do it, how many delegates approximately do you think would go for Goldwater?
I do not know.
Sonny DeMorba says 2/3, Governor. Would you agree
Well,
with that?
I do not know. I have no idea, and I would not make a prejudgment on the thinking of the delegation.
Have you stated your preference?
We have stated no preference.
Yes or no?
Have you released the delegates?
Well, the delegates have not been released. All we're going to is discuss it Monday morning.
Is it possible for you to release the delegates, Governor, if you want to?
Well, we have a different situation because of statute in the state of Ohio. These people were chosen in their district by the Republican organization. They did pledge themselves to me. I am not a candidate and have not been a candidate. And all I have acted as a favored son, and I do not want at any time in the deliberation, I have not attempted to tell them what to do or what not to do. And
Maneuvering back in Ohio.
Monday morning.
Are you
That's
carrying
all.
a statement now?
I'm carrying no statement, no.
Any idea when you might release them?
Well, if the release comes, it must come Monday morning at the caucus in the Drake.
Governor, would you agree with the theories that if you release the delegates, it would definitely be an asset for Senator Goldwater to win on the first ballot?
Well, I cannot interpret what the release of the delegates would be because I have not taken a poll of the delegation.
Who do you personally favor, Governor?
I have friends on all sides.
Governor, are you
Governor Goldwater is a good friend of mine. Governor Scranton is a good friend of mine. Governor Rockefeller is a good friend of mine, and so is Margaret Chase Smith.
You're not a delegate.
I am a delegate, yes. Yes,
Governor, there's been talk back in Ohio about
in the Blueprint stage in Ohio.
Governor Scranton has referred to Senator Goldwater as a disruptive, reckless, and ignorant man. Does such talk disturb you?
I didn't hear you. Who said this?
Governor Scranton has referred to Senator Goldwater as a disruptive, reckless, and ignorant man, referring to various policies and proposals. Now, does this sort of talk disturb you?
Well, I believe this, and this has always been my philosophy. that in the heat of campaigns, open hostility, and sometimes the character assassination.
Would you turn
And
the character
well,
assassination?
I say this in my philosophy. This is mine, and I think on many different occasions, some people say things that sometimes they're sorry for afterwards, and I would not attempt to interpret anyone's statement about another person.
Then you think that Governor Scranton was incorrect in making that
I
statement?
never said he was correct or incorrect. I say this is my feeling. I do not do it. I have no bitterness, no hatred toward anyone, and I attempt to live that way and attempt to campaign that way. And I do not do it, and I cannot interpret what someone has said about someone else.
Governor, in the caucus on Monday, will you make a recommendation to the delegates?
I'll make no recommendation. I told them on July the 22nd I would make no definite recommendation. I have not attempted to control the delegation.
Governor, if you on Monday,
The delegates are not what you would say my delegates. I am only the favored son of the state statute in that role. And I have not at any time tried to impose my will upon the 57 of the delegates.
when you withdraw,
Well, that will be by a vote of the delegates. That'll be their own work. They'll have to make their own decision, yes. That's right.
If Senator
Governor,
Goldwater would
if
ask
you
you,
withdraw-
to be his running mate, providing he received the nomination, would you accept?
Well, I will say this. I have denied that I am a candidate or will be a candidate, and I have as yet to ask anyone, or anyone has asked me to be a candidate. And at the present time, I am not a candidate and will not be a candidate.
During the 1964 campaign?
I have not talked to Ray Bliss. I'm going down to see Ray Bliss now. I attempted to call Ray Bliss by telephone this morning and tell him of my statement to the Ohio papers. And I'm going down and talk to Ray now. And I might say this, that Ray Bliss is one of the finest gentlemen, and on top of that,